track.
Never mind. I'm not going to worry about it.
He says we're recording, so...
Yeah.
Okay. It'll be Walker's fault.
Yep.
All right, so...
It always is.
Yes, so let's start. All right, hello, people of the internet, and welcome to another episode of the WIUPodcast. Let's go around and introduce everyone with the newest last. I'm Steve Farrell.
I'm Nick Eiginger, IE, a.k.a. DJ Ike. I am on Fridays from 2 to 4 on WIUP-FM 90.1.
Listen to him.
I'm Mike Gosnell, a.k.a. I don't have a DJ name, but...
I mean Goose.
Goose
works.
That's my nickname.
Not
I'm
DJ Goose.
Not just Goose. Just Goose. I am the sports director at WIUP-FM.
I'm Malusi Kitchen, DJ at WIUP-FM, Sports Talk Live, Monday through Friday, a.k.a. Cooking in the Kitchen, a.k.a. just me. So.
Yes. And if anyone has been keeping up with these episodes, you'll notice that Malusi is new. So let's do a micro interview. Malusi, you are affiliated with the sports program at WIUP-FM.
Yes.
What's your favorite sport?
My favorite sport
and
is
why?
By far football, because it's the ultimate team sport, and there's nothing more than I love when I can see football players play football. It's just... It gets me going.
Football.
It gets me going, guys. It gets me going, guys.
Sunday.
Who's your favorite team?
The Redskins, even though I know you guys are going to clown me all.
I don't know anything about football. You won't hear anything from me.
All the Eagles fans and Steelers fans who, oh, man.
I'm not either of those, though.
Well,
although the reason I'm a Redskins fan is kind of the reason I haven't kept up with football for the past, 3 seasons. So.
I know, heartbreak. It's been a heartbreak for, the last decade.
Yeah. We'll get there eventually.
A decade
we'll
of
win
heartbreak.
another Super Bowl, which the Eagles haven't done.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we still have that.
Yeah, other sports team, take that. I don't watch sports. Let's get right into it. The first topic that we're going to discuss is Bob Dylan is recording an album of Frank Sinatra songs. And Lucy, coming back to you, you're a huge Frank Sinatra fan. I just learned this minutes ago.
Huge. I listen to Frank at least once a week because all my other music, I know alternative rap, whatever you guys listen to, Frank just calms me down, and I just love his demeanor, his character, everything about him is perfect to me.
Do you have a certain album or song that you really, really like, or not just a single song, but a few songs that you really like?
Come Fly With Me, definitely I Won't Dance. I love that track. It makes me want to dance, even though he says I won't dance.
Posing it.
Yeah.
Luck Be Lady?
That one, that one's up in the air.
That was not original, right?
Yeah.
That was in Guys and Dolls.
And he's done...
Which was my 8th grade
And yeah,
musical.
for people, he's done a lot of different songs that's not his own, just so people know that. So these might not be original, his original songs, but these are songs that he's done over his illustrious career that have become some of my favorite tracks.
Fly Me to the Moon? Do you like Fly Me to the Moon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, and he has so many albums, so I can't even name them off the top of my head. But
is it just Frank, or are you a fan of just the crooning standard artists in general?
I'm that type of guy, his whole how he approached his music, very business-like and very professional, and just the charm and the wit. And I mean, that's why one of my favorite artists today is because Bruno Mars, he kind of reminds me of that a little bit. So
you like the Bing Crosby, Dean Martin?
Yes,
those guys, type of guys. Okay.
Yeah, those guys.
I love Bing Crosby. That's my favorite. So
they're definitely some of my favorites. But yeah, Frank is probably at the top 5 for me in my artist list, and I'm definitely being biased. I'm not gonna lie. I'm biased. Yeah.
Be as biased as you want.
Yeah, exactly. It's he's one of my favorites. He can do no wrong in my eyes.
What do you think about Bob Dylan taking on the task of covering Frank Sinatra?
I mean, Bob Dylan's another great artist, so I don't think it's I think it's more of a form of respect, and especially if he can pull it off, I think it's going to be something worthwhile now. Just to preface my comments, I don't listen to that much Bob Dylan, so when he does do this, I'm going to try not to be as critical, because I know one of my friends, he's a very huge Bob Dylan fan, so he started to get me to listen to some of that stuff. But I think it's gonna be okay. I'm not expecting too much because I don't know if necessarily they do the same, if they have the same like route as like, with their music.
Yeah,
and
the
stuff.
delivery.
So it's gonna be hard to kind of portray that in covering his songs.
I think he picked a really good time to do just any kind of like jazz cover album because for some reason jazz is slowly starting to come back into pop music, or there's getting to be a lot of jazzy components of like top 40 music these days.
It's funny you say that. Late 2014, he came out with another Standards album. It wasn't a Sinatra specific Standards album, but yeah, it's called Shadows in the Night, and it got some decent reviews. I didn't listen to it, but I heard good things from it. Yeah, I might listen to a track or two. That'd be interesting hearing Bob Dylan cover Frank Sinatra. I mean, we're going to have to factor in his ultra gravelly voice, which I know he gets a lot of flack for, but yeah. It's kind of disappointing because
I don't like Bob Dylan.
You don't like
Just
Bob Dylan,
because
period?
I don't like people talking like this and singing like
He doesn't
this. Yes, he does. He sings
he doesn't
exactly
talk like that. He doesn't
I
talk
don't
like
care.
that.
He sings like that, and I.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what made him him.
Yeah, no one else was doing that.
I get that, but I just don't. I don't listen to Bob Dylan that much, and
his earlier.
It's a good thing that he is covering Frank Sinatra because that's
Yeah.
something that somebody should do.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if he
I don't
does, I think it's gonna be okay, but he better get it right. If I don't feel like it's up to snuff,
if he wasn't good at,
because I'm definitely being a stan right now.
Just better calm me down.
This
I'm
is
being definitely
generating
a
so
stan.
much news, and it's such a big artist that he's covering. If he was gonna be bad at it, somebody would have told him by now.
Yeah,
it
true.
wouldn't be a
That.
thing.
True.
So
this brings us into a big question I thought of as I was reading this article. What artist would you want to see cover what artist? That sounds like a strange double negative, but let me reword it for you.
that wasn't a negative at all.
I want to see blank cover blank, and you guys fill in the blank. Pick two artists. One you want to see cover the
Alright,
other.
I'll start this one. I want Jimmy Fallon just to do a cover album. He kind of did one like 2 years ago.
Did he?
But it was a mix between covers and then like stand-up bits.
Yeah,
He does Neil Young covers
Oh, his Neil Young's amazing.
all the time.
his Jim Morrison.
He's
great,
done Jim
too.
Morrison once on his show, and it was so spot on. Like it blew my it made his Neil Young impression seem like eh.
I've never even heard.
Like-
I've never even heard about that.
That's
He
why-
sang,
that's why he
Reading
needs to
Rainbow.
He did Reading Rainbow.
That's so awesome.
But he does covers all the time on his
Jimmy
show.
Fallon?
Jimmy Fallon is
Wow.
he's a big musician. He's a big
When-
fan of all these
yeah,
people.
whenever we're done here, go
he
to
needs to
YouTube.
come out with his own just full 15-track album covering Neil Young, Morrissey,
Jim Morrison.
Morrison, not Morrissey.
Or
sorry.
Van Morrison.
Old high school friend.
But
And
he does
then,
Van Morrison too. I know that.
and he's even done Bob Dylan. He's done Bob Dylan before, so he does all the really iconic
That's awesome.
voices, and he's so good at each and every one of them.
So, would
I
you
would say
want
that.
this to be a serious album of impersonations, or would you want to have a
Yes and
comedic
no,
element?
Because he did Old Man with Neil Young.
Yeah.
Both of them played together.
That's really funny.
And it was amazing. And he's also done Neil Young covering Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song, which is funny, but it's still he sang it seriously. So I think with him it would end up being both.
Okay.
And isn't Neil Young really particular with his music? Like he's very
Yeah, Neil
Protective
Young is
of
really
his music.
protective of his music, and he saw Jimmy Fallon do an impersonation of him, and went and saw him at the end of the show, and was like, "Yo, that was awesome."
He blew Neil
and
Young's
do it
mind
again.
Yeah.
with his Neil Young
I think
impression.
the one we were watching, Nick, that he was just doing Neil Young and Neil Young wasn't there, but they had Crosby, Stills, and Nash come
Yeah,
up and they were
he-
doing
he
"I'm So
became
Famous."
I saw
Young.
that. I saw that.
Of Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. So
An excellent pick. Does anyone who wants to go next?
Oh, I'm going next.
All right. All right.
And so I just told you guys my favorite artist right now is Bruno Mars. So I would like him to do a James Brown album.
Okay.
And I've never been to a Bruno Mars concert, but I would love to go.
I hear they're
because
really good.
His showmanship is, to me, it's on par with James Brown. Like when you go to see and experience a show, I like whatever artist you enjoy. it should be worthwhile. And I think Bruno Mars definitely brings that energy. He gives you the stage presence. You know, he has the band behind him, the retro lights, the suits, you know, the people dancing and crying. I mean, just an absolutely all-out amazing show. So if he did a James Brown album, I would probably melt to pieces.
That would be awesome.
I would
So
melt
if
to
you hear
pieces.
this, Bruno Mars, on
At
the
some
off chance,
If you want to melt a human being,
Give
you
him,
can
yeah.
do it. You have the power. Mike?
Oh boy, I don't know. My favorite group ever is Queen. That's my favorite.
An excellent
band
pick
ever.
for the greatest group ever.
So I'm kind of protective of who I want to cover their music because no one can do it like Freddie
how about
Mercury
Adam
can do it.
Lambert?
No,
That was a joke. He's the current lead singer of Queen.
Yeah, since
So-
Freddie Mercury's dead. I don't know. Like that's a very difficult band to If you-
Queen.
Queen.
I wanna solve this riddle.
Okay.
Who's a good
Yeah. Queen.
cover
I'm,
cover
like,
of
current,
Queen?
I'm trying to.
Like Kurt, because
I kinda
Freddie
wanna s-
Mercury's one of a kind. Like his voice.
Oh,
Not
yes.
saying you're going to get a complete like Freddie Mercury,
Yeah.
but their songs are so good and they've had so many hits. I don't know.
I kind of want to hear Queen songs rewritten as like more folk songs. I feel like
Folk?
that'd be an
Okay,
interesting
I was-
spin.
That'd
But
be interesting.
I don't know who
Yeah,
would.
I don't know. Queen
Maybe-
is a hard one to try and find someone to cover Queen.
Now, are you thinking into? Oh, I got a
Elton
pick.
John
but,
could do it.
Elton John could do
Really?
that.
Elton John could do a Queen.
Probably.
I thought of a good pick, but I'm asking you: would you want the cover to be in the same like a hard, not a hard rock, but a very over the top, rock band
like
or
the same song.
or a singer songwriter?
What's your idea? Who do you
Like
have?
he's
I think-
saying, do you want this cover band of Queen to be like an orchestra or like one person or like a rock band or?
It can be a rock band. It doesn't matter.
All right,
It can be one person. It doesn't. As long as they're good.
I think-
As
I
long
think
as
I-
I think
I
they'll
think-
do a good job.
I think Muse would do a good job of covering
Muse,
Queen
that's actually
because whenever
because he does those crazy
Yeah,
just yells
yeah.
all the time.
oh dude, Muse they're recording a new album and
Are they?
I want to see them.
See, but the last album was so hit and miss for me.
I like the opening track though. I loved
Supremacy is amazing.
Supremacy was awesome. They got me pumped up so
Madness
much.
was amazing.
Madness is cool.
Everything else is just kind of like eh.
What's,
But those two
I
were.
feel like there's more than. I feel
Also,
like that
was
like
he like an astrophysicist in high school? Because every single
The guy
song he
from
writes
Muse?
about is like
I
about
know
space.
the guitar. The
Like,
the
every
guitarist from
single
Queen has a
song.
doctorate in astrophysics
Why?
because that's where they all went to
Shaquille
school.
O'Neal has a PhD in communications. Why?
the world. may
That's a
never
good
know.
question because he
Yes.
doesn't need one.
That
Do you,
acting.
are you familiar with Muse?
I am very unfamiliar with Muse.
They-
I'll have to
They
give them a
like
listen.
their-
They're
Space.
they're a British arena rock band. I think they do a good
I
job
think
of
Queen can.
covering Queen.
Some of Queen's songs are arena rock,
A lot of their songs are
Yeah.
arena rock.
except for maybe their early stuff. Their early stuff was really.
Like yeah, I guess
Killer
so.
Queen isn't really.
Seven Seas of Rye for the
I
first
love
album
that song.
with the really fast piano.
Yep.
I love when he does that live.
I think Elton John could really do a good
Elton John would
By
kill
himself?
it.
by him. Well,
Yeah,
Elton
him
John's
with the
one man
piano.
show,
Yeah,
so
he's
he's really good too. I think with Muse, I think I have to give him a listen, but
Listen
I'll
to-
go with it.
All right, listen to Starlight, Knights of Sidonia,
Supremacy.
Supremacy, Resistance.
When you hear his voice in Supremacy, you'll be like, he can do.
yeah, you'll be like, I understand.
All right,
They
what's
were
your-
right.
What's your
Or
favorite Queen
Madness.
song?
My favorite Queen song, I would say, oh man,
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian-
I, don't know why
I mean,
have to think of
That's the
it.
obvious.
That's the
pick.
obvious.
that's the obvious
Just
pick.
because of Wayne's World on its own. It's
Yeah.
That's what revived that song.
you got
Wayne's
me
World
into
revived that.
You got me into Queen.
I did. Another
'Cause,
one.
yeah,
bites
no,
the dust.
another one bites the dust is mine. You know it's mine. That I love that song. Like, and here's the funny part about that story was I didn't even know that was the Queen song until
Another
he
One Bites
showed
the
it to
Dust?
me. Yeah.
All right. Well, yes, the obvious pick is Bohemian Rhapsody. My personal favorite Queen songs, I'm narrowing it down to two: Radio Gaga and Hammer to Fall. I really like.
You remember
those
mine
two
with
songs.
Hammer to Fall.
What?
Hammer to Fall is his
Sweet song.
Just that middle when he like through the window pane. When
Yeah,
he's, The other one is Mother Love, only because that was the final song he recorded before he died. He didn't even finish
I'd
it.
have to say my favorite one is Fat Bottom Girls.
That's
Oh,
my mom's
just-
favorite Queen song.
Like,
man.
there was a guy last year who I saw him at like different coffee shops play. I saw him at like open mic night. He played for the radio once, and he did like a kind of country version of Fat Bottom Girls.
That's sweet.
And I hate country. I will say that right now.
Sorry, Cowboy
This
Kurt.
country singer killed that song. I love
Declaring
it.
war on
Like,
country.
Mine would
90.1.
But yeah,
except for Cowboy Kurt. Sorry, Cowboy
He's cool.
Kurt.
Hammer
he's
to Fall and
amazing.
Crazy Little Thing Called Love. That's
Oh, okay.
okay. So what's your band that you?
Okay.
Yeah, we
We went off on a Queen tangent.
I'm
Who do I
interested
want
to
to
hear
cover
this.
who?
probably
my-
Royal Blood. Cover Royal Blood.
I'm seeing them live in July, and it's gonna be sweet. But no, my pick is one that I don't think has ever been done, and I'm surprised that it hasn't. I really want to see David Bowie cover Pink Floyd. Has that been done before?
I don't think
I don't
so.
know.
I just
He's
really.
worked with Queen. I know
Oh
that.
yeah, under pressure, of
He-
course.
But
that- I
did
don't
you
like that
listen to
song.
David Bowie's new album?
No,
He's really kind of lost his touch.
really, I heard it was pretty good.
I didn't like it that much.
No, I just think, yeah, any David Bowie at any stage, like even his older, like current stage,
Okay,
covering
wait, I have
his
kind of another.
What are you thinking?
Go ahead, and finish
yeah.
your thing.
I just
Ross.
like
I
anything
don't
from.
wanna I don't want to lose my train of
I
thought.
think him covering anything from Dark Side of the Moon or Wish You Were Here or even maybe some of the Wall stuff. I think that would be awesome. He's just David Bowie has that. He has that ability to just have that like darkness in his voice,
Yeah.
and I think he'd do a pretty sweet job covering Pink Floyd and putting a really new spin on it. So yeah, David Bowie covering Pink Floyd.
All right. Sorry when I freaked out there. I just.
You almost lost
said
it.
Jimmy Fallon. It was.
He's foaming at the mouth, everyone.
It was,
You can't see it, but
There's an artist named Hugo, who he's not known very well, but he is known because he's like for one song, and he covers 99 Problems from Jay-Z. He's a folk southern rock singer who makes just the grittiest, dirtiest banjo cover of 99 Problems. And go listen to it when you go, like, as soon as this podcast is over, look up Hugo 99 Problems. And then I think he should just cover the rest of any Jay-Z. It'd be amazing. It'd be so good.
It would help me listen to Jay-Z.
JC
So does he have,
should
like,
retire
a-
as a rapper and just have he should just write songs for
He should
Hugo.
just
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, he should. Like that last album was god awful.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was terrible
Why?
because all the themes he was talking about art and like marriage and his baby, but no one wants to
He's
hear
like
that.
that hardcore rap
Who
guy.
wants to hear
Like,
that? Like no one,
Yeah, I heard they
I'm-
actually lost money on their tour.
I'm not surprised. I wouldn't.
Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Dude,
didn't
nobody
do
were
that well
buying
on the tour.
tickets even
Yeah.
at the start of the sale. I know they got their money. Don't think people didn't go because people went.
Yeah.
But my thing is that whole album. See, it's different because I feel like Beyonce and Jay-Z are at so like different points in their career. Beyonce went to more. I don't know if you guys listen to Beyonce, but her fifth album was more of like an experimental
Yeah.
like type of visual type, short films.
All right.
Jay-Z's was more just like, hey guys, I'm dropping this because I can, and I feel like I can rap still after 20 plus years in the game. Dude, go to the CEO, put on a suit, and stop rapping, dude, because you're
Breaches.
So Jay Z's phoning it in and Beyonce isn't, is
Yeah.
what you're saying?
yeah, like I actually dig Beyonce's album, but Jay-Z's can go in the trash heap with
Wow.
all like
Strong
the rest
words.
of like his 5 years of
I
rapping.
also feel like I don't listen to too much rap, but I did used to listen to Jay-Z a bit. He was like one of the thugs, like he was one of like the
Well, he sold
hardcore
drugs
dudes.
before
Yeah.
he was a
Yeah,
rapper.
Yeah, he
and all
sold
this
drugs.
stuff, and now if he's having an album rapping about his baby and his wife,
Oh,
it's just
God.
like.
Dude, like who
I
wants
mean,
to hear
Eminem
that?
did that, rapped about his baby, but it was kind of like, wow, my baby's gonna be messed up when it grows up. Not
That
like,
might
yo,
be foreshadowing Kanye's new album because isn't he
Oh
rapping about
my
his daughter?
gosh,
And that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
though.
dude,
Yeah.
his new album title is called "So Help Me God."
Yeah.
So help us.
Yeah.
because
So
this is
help-
going to be
Save
after
our souls.
Jesus. I don't know how much more I can take.
Yeah.
What did you think of Yeezus?
Oh, you just opened Pandora's box.
Oh.
yes.
my God!
I'm so
First of all,
excited.
why the hell would you call yourself God? Because he had a song in
Yeah,
there called
featuring
I
Jesus.
I am God. Like,
Featuring
who
God.
are you? Like, what are you? Do you think
God,
your
and the
opinion is that
dialogue
important?
That he made with himself and God.
Oh
was like,
my-
What's up, Jesus?
Dude, what about the
Nothing. I'm
so
just
bad.
chilling.
Oh my goodness, the auto tune that he used was so terrible on what was it? It was either Blood on the New Slaves. The second half of that
I
song.
love New Slaves.
Did you really?
Yes.
I love the first part, but that second part, dude, get out of here. Who are you? Like,
when he's saying like I can't lose.
Yeah, dude,
That part's weird as shit, but it's so cool.
It hurt my ears. It hurt my ears, dude. And then like that how can and this is my biggest problem with this.
This is awesome.
This is a mini rant.
This is my biggest problem. And I'm
I
gonna
love
let
this.
go.
No,
His whole project of Yeezus was like, oh man, like forget the music industry. You know, I'm so against like music, but then you represent the people you're trying to say, I'm not a part of this, but yet here you are.
And all the interviews he did after Yeezus, he keeps bitching about like Nike.
Yeah, like why?
And sells a white T-shirt for $500. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
God
It's so like hypocritical of him.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like Kanye.
Jimmy Kimmel
Kanye's
thing where Jimmy Kimmel took 5-year-olds, like 2 different 5-year-olds, and had them reenact a 5-minute segment of his BBC interview. Kanye got so mad at that they had like a huge Twitter fight, and then Jimmy Kimmel's like, "Well, come on the show, let's talk about it." And then Kanye just made an ass out of himself.
Oh man.
Like, oh my God. Like, don't get me wrong. By no means am I trying to say that Kanye is not a great artist, because I think he's great.
I like his music.
Yeah.
I end up liking his music less
he's a tool.
because of how.
But
jackass he is.
the way he chooses to express his message gets lost because of the way he is.
So overall, you don't like Yeezus.
I hate that.
I'm
band.
gonna give
married
you.
to Kim
I'm gonna give you
Kardashian.
what I think of Yeezus.
Okay.
It's very similar to yours.
Okay.
I'm gonna run it down for you. All right. I really like On Sight a lot.
Okay.
Don't love it. Black Skinhead, awesome song. When he performs it live, it's crazy.
Okay.
I really like New Slaves, and I like the auto-tune part just because
Did
it's
you
so
really?
weird.
Okay,
It's just so weird
okay.
and it doesn't fit, and I kind of like that.
I can deal with that.
Okay, so those three, and then like 2/3 of Blood on the Leaves. And then the
Okay.
second he starts rapping about Instagram,
Yeah.
do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's when it went downhill.
You know,
Like,
it's a
all
good
right.
thing I did not. I feel sorry
album
for all the
sucks.
people who bought that album, because you just wasted a good $12.99.
Yeah.
My friend bought the album and was like, whenever I'm depressed, I listen to this song or like this album makes me laugh so hard that it just like my day's okay.
He listens to
He bought it as a humor album to cheer him up.
That's really funny.
Yeah, like he was
Oh.
dead serious about
Yeah.
it too.
I don't
Like,
know. Yeah, I was disappointed because, you know, it was after Dark Fantasy. and
Yeah,
it's
which
like,
was great.
Yeah.
Which was great. And
It's
I still listen to that album to this day, and it still kind of.
Did you see him debut those songs on SNL?
No.
Well, just the way he performed them, it was very like anti-commercial and cool. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is so awesome. How he's gonna top it? He's gonna go the other way. He's not gonna go like super
Yeah.
grand again. He's gonna go anti-corporations. But no, it was just like insane auto-tuning
Yeah.
and angry Jamaican guys. Do you remember that? I'm a God. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Weird. Okay,
Yes.
we're getting a little off topic. People, sorry.
It's never a problem.
Well, speaking of hip hop, the next issue we're going to discuss, it's not really an issue at all, actually. It's about the Wu-Tang Clan. And for those of you who don't know, Wu-Tang Clan, classic hip hop album. I know, my favorite word, Nick, classic, but these guys deserve it.
Classic.
They pioneered gangster rap. They're from Staten Island. They have 9 members. And
Not that one guy who cut his dick off. And
not
jumped
that
off
one
a
guy.
building.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have a name. We don't even know his name.
He doesn't
That is
count.
the extent of
No.
my knowledge about
Yeah.
Wu-Tang Clan.
No.
It's not even about
Yeah.
a guy in the Wu-Tang Clan.
There are 9 members, and what makes them so good is that they're 9 members, but they're all very different and all very skilled MCs. I'm kind of gushing here because 36 Chambers, their first album, is one of my favorite albums of all time. I love it, and they released one album, 2014, and it was supposed to commemorate the 20th anniversary of their debut as a group, but it came out a year late because of some weird artistic disputes. They came out with that album. That was a regular release album. They also came out with an album that they are selling, or they had sold for. They didn't sell. They were selling it for millions, some insanely high price, and it was released with a 170-page book of art and lyrics, and it was. Well, people listening to this can't see this, but it was released in this really nice metal box with the Wu-Tang symbol.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's what that was.
Yeah,
As you read it on Pitchfork.
as I read it on
Oh
Pitchfork.
my gosh.
Yeah, I'm wearing black skinny jeans.
We're all
everyone.
allowed to judge him because he actually uses Pitchfork.
I don't use.
guys.
I don't. Yeah, I use Pitchfork. No, I don't like Pitchfork. We can talk. We'd say that for another day. I really don't like how they review their albums at
Yeah.
all.
That copy.
Wait,
get
okay,
to-
I know we're on a tangent, but with Pitchfork, there's a guy from Canada who created a website called Reverse Pitchfork, and the only difference on the website is it gives you the inverse score of the Pitchfork review of an album. So if an album got like a 4.6 out of 10, on Reverse Pitchfork, it gives them a 5.4 out of 10. So like if something got an 8 out of 10, it'd get a 2 out of 10 on Reverse Pitchfork and so on. And he's like, it's more accurate that way. So,
Way to go, Canada. So yeah,
Canada.
they made this super expensive, over-the-top album, and good news, everyone. In 88 years, we will be able to buy and listen to it.
woo woo.
Yeah.
So
It
how
has to do
fast
with
is it
copyright.
gonna
88
leak
years?
out?
88 years. And
How
there's
fast
a,
is it going to be leaked? I'm guessing in the next 2 years.
it probably is already. Who knows?
Yeah, it's-
But you said 88. There's a reason for that. The first 8 is. Look, this is according to the RZA, who is like the leader of the Wu-Tang Clan, and the 88 symbolizes the first 8 symbolizes the current lineup of the Wu-Tang Clan, 8 members,
Okay.
and the second 8 is 2015 added up.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
yeah, one of my favorite artists of all time, and they.
Why would they do this to
Yeah,
us?
why would, adding up a year? I don't know why. Yeah, I don't understand this at all. I don't know why they would make such a big deal about their music, and they're 20 years old, and they came to quote
You
them
don't
from the
even
slums of
know if
Shaolin.
that kind of music is going to be
Good,
relevant
I
in
mean,
80 years. Like,
you can't really
if you
determine the
listen to
relevancy of music.
from 80 years ago,
I'll be dead by
there
then,
were.
so-
It was
I mean,
just
we're
all
all
like religious.
what, like 19, 20,
like-
between
Yeah, we
19.
did.
I'm 57.
Yeah, we're gonna be long gone, so we'll probably never
Yeah.
see this album in the light of day.
Yeah,
But that's just.
But like
Yeah,
80
fingers
years
crossed,
ago
people.
from today, it was like
I hope it gets leaked.
it was jazz.
probably will.
Like
Yeah.
that was it on the radio. It was jazz and classical music. No one listens
Yeah.
to that 80 years. Well, not. I
Well,
shouldn't
he
say no one.
well he
I
even
still
knows
listen
like
to
what type
that,
of
but-
music will be out in like
Yeah.
80 something years. Like it's hard to predict. Like
or
where
if
it's
it will
gonna
be
go.
even be music.
Yeah.
It's not just like laser beams in our
anyone's even
brain.
gonna
I know,
remember,
or like we're just gonna have.
like-
Yeah,
That's
the
gonna
machine,
be
the
weird.
machine overlords will rise up. And
This
is what we're getting at,
Force
people.
feed us-
Adolf Swiffler.
Force feed us
Wu-Tang
music.
Clan album will mark
I bet as soon as the last member dies, their kids are just gonna like, yo, here's that
probably,
album.
probably.
Give it out on the streets.
One
$5.
down, 8 to go because ODB
A
died
nice
10
metal
years ago.
coaster that you can
Yeah.
use.
Yeah, I don't know. This is weird.
I think
And-
that's not even fair to the people.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Like,
I don't know.
That's not.
I
good.
mean, I think it's like the same reason why you know how artists say, "Oh, like this album's gonna come out on this day," and then it doesn't come out.
Yeah.
That's heartbreaking to me. Like,
Maybe they're just giving themselves an 88-year time span to actually write the album. Maybe the album hasn't even been started yet.
or
It
maybe,
could be an elaborate,
We
an
have
elaborate
88
ruse.
We have 88 years.
An
to write
elaborate
this.
ruse from the
Let's
Wu-Tang
go.
Clan. I like that. Yeah, even Method Man, one of the key members of Wu-Tang,
what was his
like,
quote?
fuck that, basically. Something like that.
Yeah.
Fuck that album. And
Release it to the
this
people.
is a quote. Yeah. Yeah, at least Wu-Tang, at least Method Man gets it.
Was
I don't-
Method Man part of the Wu-Tang?
Yeah,
Wu-Tang
he's one of the
Clan?
original members. He has this song on the first album just called Method Man. It's awesome. I could rap it
Particle
for you.
Man?
Particle Man. I
No.
was just gonna go there. Particle Man.
METHOD.
he's very
man.
underrated too.
Method Man. Have you
Yeah.
seen How High?
Yes, I've seen that movie.
That movie's so
it's
stupid.
hilarious.
Have you
It's
seen?
hilarious.
Have you seen the pilot for the Fox series he did with Redman?
No, I haven't.
It's so stupid. It's awesome.
How did they even get a pilot series?
Because it's
though?
Method Man.
Like-
I don't know. It's money.
He just has. Oh my goodness.
He does whatever he wants.
I saw him. It was in the news, but he smoked like, it was like a gold joint. Or
No,
something like
that's
that.
I
who
can
was
relate
that?
this back to you, Nick. You
How
like
can you?
Zach Braff a lot, right?
I do like Zach Braff.
Is it just Scrubs or like Garden State?
I still haven't seen Garden State.
Oh.
Every time I go
Never
Garden
mind.
State-
place
State's
to
okay.
rent Garden State,
Method Man is in Garden
not
State.
there.
Method Man is
Okay.
in Garden State. So
It was actually not bad. Garden State wasn't bad.
I mean,
Yeah, it's supposed to be
didn't
like
the
an
Shins
indie
write the entire
darling,
album,
yeah.
or the score for it. So
As Walker Ford
Walker
is
Ford
staring in
is-
at our podcast here.
yo, hello, sir.
Hey everyone, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. You
Ruh-roh.
guys need to be done in like 10 minutes.
Oh, we,
We
can
can-
finish.
we can do
10
that.
Minutes. We're
We
just
can do
talking
that.
about the 88-year album.
That's never coming out, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
10 minutes. We can wrap this up.
Yeah. You want to get to
Requests-
Recommendations?
or
Suggestions?
Suggestions,
Yeah.
not requests.
Yeah, we'll just do that and we'll be done.
cool.
And you'll never see us again.
This has been the final episode of the WIUP.
Okay.
Not
podcast.
actually, I'm not gonna. Don't,
Lightning round.
Don't be gullible, people.
So, Malusi, since you're new, I'm gonna break it down for you. We've been ending our episodes with a round. We go around and we recommend one song to people. Now, this song does not have to be a new song by any means. It's just a song that you may have discovered recently that you really like. You've been listening to it a lot.
Gosh,
You have to
yes.
pick one though.
Oh, dude, can we do like a top 5?
No, we
Since you're new,
we have 10 minutes.
Since
Okay,
you're new,
okay,
we'll
all
give
right.
you two.
Okay, 2. This song I've been listening to a lot. I have no idea why, but it's Whitney Houston's "I Have Nothing," and it's from
Okay.
the Bodyguard original soundtrack, which is a
Alright.
movie. So
There's a melodica cover of that out.
Yeah.
If you're
Was it really?
interested. Yeah.
Can you tell me that after we're done? 'Cause
Yeah,
I
I'll-
just- yeah.
Okay.
For a friend.
Yeah, just
It's
just
the
friends.
same guy who does the Jurassic Park melodica cover. So
This is Jurassic Park mode. Oh wow.
we'll get into that later. Don't
Oh
worry
my
about
gosh.
it. Okay.
All right.
Okay,
go
and
ahead.
then my last song. Oh man, am I gonna? Man, Steve, you put me on the spot, dude. That makes me so
So
bad.
you want to get
Skip
back
to
to
him.
you? Or
Yeah,
you
go
want-
back
All
to
right.
me.
Yeah.
Come back to
My
me.
first recommendation, since I guess hip hop and rap has been discussed a lot, it's an artist named Watsky. He's a white rapper, though. I don't know if that counts. I'm assuming it counts. Okay.
Eminem's
no,
a white
He's a
rapper,
really
so-
clever guy. The song is called "Kill a Hipster." It's pretty good. It's his music goes from being like really kind of jokey rap to he does like spoken word over like a backtrack. He's really fast. That's what he's known for. He's like one of the fastest rappers out there.
Cool.
So yeah, Watsky, "Kill a Hipster." Second song suggestion, I'm gonna go with the band Wax Fang, who I guess they're a two-piece. I didn't, even though
They are a two-piece.
There's 3 people on their Spotify picture, so I don't know what that's up with. But
He was just there.
their song I'm gonna recommend is World War Part 2. Not World War II, World War Part 2. These guys are really
I
cool.
dropped my phone
They're
everywhere.
very good storytellers. Their last album was a rock opera that's about 40 minutes long called The Astronaut. But they're just really good storytellers, really mellow band. So Watsky and Wax Fang, yeah.
All right. Okay.
So we're doing 2, I guess. Okay. You want me to go? I can go.
You can go, Nick.
Okay. I'm not Nick.
Wow.
Well, it's happening.
You can-
Way to
Number
go,
4.
Nick and I always get confused for each other, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
guess because we're both big
Bearded.
Western PA bearded people, we're the same. And
You guys almost look like brothers.
Cousins. I would say if
Oh,
someone
yeah,
told me they were
yeah.
cousins, I'd be like, yes.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Well, my first one is a well-known song. I just started listening to it again because I found it on GTA 5. Baker Street by Jerry Rafferty. Such a good song. The saxophone solo in that song is phenomenal. Been listening to it again. It's just such
is
a
it
good
a
song.
Kenny G sax solo?
No.
Oh.
It's a Raphael Raven.
I don't know why I sounded
Ravenscroft,
disappointed.
but-
Kenny G's just, yeah.
Have you ever heard Baker Street before?
I probably have heard it. I don't recognize the name, but if it's in GTA 5.
Well, Jerry Rafferty was like, his other song was Stuck in the Middle with You.
Okay.
He did that.
Oh, that
Reservoir
song. That song
Dogs.
was written. It was to make fun of Bob Dylan. Stuck in the Middle with You. It's supposed to be like a Bob Dylan style parody.
Oh,
I can see that,
that's
actually.
interesting.
And my last one is Drinking Days by Slade Cleaves.
Mm.
I don't know if he still does anything anymore. He has a lot of good stuff. It's folky type music.
I like
Slade
folk.
Cleaves, Drinking Days.
All right. Very good.
That's interesting.
Right.
All right, so I got it. I found it. I've been listening to a lot of Foster the People, if you guys
Okay.
know who
Yeah.
that is.
We're a
And-
college radio station.
Yeah,
Foster
yeah.
the
I mean, I would figure
have
you
to.
guys, but I'm just making sure. I don't know if
is
they
this gonna
know.
be Pumped Up Kicks or another song?
No, it's another song. The song I've been listening to a lot is like "I Would Do Anything for You," and it's off their first album.
That's not a bad one. I like that song.
Alright.
And which is weird because I've actually been listening a lot more to their newest one, their newest album.
Interesting.
But that's weird. Yeah, so I've been listening to a lot of that.
They were not made famous, but really sponsored by SiriusXM, Alt Nation. The night before their first album was released, they did a live concert of the entire album. And then the night before their second album was released, they did a live concert of the full album as like a reunion kind of thing. Like
Of the first
exclus-
album again.
No, of the second album. Like before each album, they've done a live concert series of their release
That's kind of cool.
for what was it? Alt Nation on SiriusXM.
Cool. All right, my turn. The first song I'll recommend is from a Mississippi rapper called Big Crit. last year, he released an album called Cadillactica, and the song I am recommending is the title track, Cadillactica. It's really great. He raps so fast, and the instrumentals, the beats are just very spacey, have this very ambient vibe to him, and he raps so fast and has great control over the rhythm. Big Crit, Cadillactica, that's my first one. Second one is from a more of a metal band, more of a hard rock band called Torch, and the song is called Kicking. Very good stuff. It's a very short song. Yeah, Nick just kicked me, everyone, to
did.
illustrate. And yeah, so did Mike. But yeah, it's a good hard rock, very sludgy metal hard rock song. But it's only 2 minutes
Can you
long.
describe what sludgy music sounds like?
Just very,
I've
like-
never heard that term.
Just
Yeah,
very,
I've never heard that
I don't know, just very
used.
like tuned down guitars, like
Okay.
crunchy, distorted. I don't know.
Sludgy and crunchy don't really
Or whatever.
seem like the same kind of
Very distorted, down-tuned guitars
Okay.
is what I've.
Right.
When you listen to it, you'll understand.
Yes,
All right.
all will be revealed.
Just like a, what was it? The soft hardcore.
Oh, soft grunge.
Yeah, soft grunge.
Yes,
is a
It-
descriptor I use.
it falls in one of those pseudo genres. All right,
So I
good
think
job,
we have
guys.
to be done now because
Right.
We have to leave. I hope you enjoyed listening, and we are gonna keep making more of these. See you guys.
Peace out. Do I need to turn up?